Good morning, good morning, and welcome to Transforming Consciously with author Terry Sherrill. Today is a beautiful day in the land of the living, and I'm just so excited and grateful that you are here with me today. Whether you are joining for the first time or whether you are coming back, here is another episode of Transforming Consciously with author Terry Sherrill. January 6, 2014. Not our own. I know, Lord, that our lives are not our own. We are not able to plan our own course. So correct me, Lord, but please be gentle. Do not correct me in anger, for I would die. Jeremiah 10:23 through 24. Jeremiah, a prophet of God, was called to reveal the sins of the Israelites and warn them of coming judgment. His pleas were ignored, and the consequences fell when the Babylonians destroyed Jerusalem. Prior to that catastrophe, Jeremiah made one of the most profound statements in the scriptures. The Israelites insisted on following the lead of the idolatrous nations around them, doing things their own way. They seemingly forgot they were God's chosen people and that God had lovingly directed their steps. In their independence, they fell into sin and lost the promised presence of God. I wonder how many times we forget whose we are and begin to think we can put our own course in action. Perhaps we are not happy with God's direction and are resisting the road He has asked us to walk. Maybe today you need to pray with Jeremiah. Correct me, Lord, but please be gentle. Do not correct me in anger, for I will die. I repent of my independence and once again surrender to your direction. As we embark on this new year, 2024, and we think about vision boards and lesson planning and writing our goals and all of those things, have you stopped to consider God? Is He included in our plans? Or are we just making plans based on what we feel that we want and need to do? God is the ultimate planner. And if you want any of your plans to succeed, you have to realize that God must be the center. God must be the source of those plans. You must consult God when you are coming down with these goals, when you're writing down these goals, these plans, these dreams. Make sure that God is in the midst of them because if He is not, they may not manifest. They may not come to pass. They may not be a godly goal, right? They may not be a goal that God is going to bless. Is it bringing Him honor and glory to His kingdom? Are you trying to help and do something for others? Or are you just about making money? Now, don't get me wrong, while there's nothing wrong with that, remember the Bible says your gifts will make room for you. So don't let that be the end all be all, the main reason. Do it from the heart. Do it because you believe that this is your purpose. Do it because you believe that this is what God has placed you here to do. Allow the people that He's going to place in your lives to put you, right? Purpose pushes to push you into that place that you should be. Oftentimes, people can see things in us that we can't often see in ourselves. So just being mindful of that and knowing that in different seasons and in different times in our lives, we're going to have midwives, right? We're going to have people that are going to help birth our purpose, birth our passion, that are going to assist us in a process. Of course, they can't birth it on for themselves. We can't either, but they're going to help us. They're going to give us that encouragement. They're going to give us that inspiration. They're going to give us that motivation. They're going to give us the gentle reminders that we need in order to keep pressing, to keep pushing, to keep moving forward. So when I read these devotionals to you in the morning, I want you to really let the word sink in. I want you to think about where you are currently in this present moment, the present that God has given us, the gift of another day, another chance, another opportunity to live a life pleasing in His sight, to get it right, to try to seek those things that He would have for us to do according to His will, His purpose, and His plan. So go back to those times it says, I wonder how many times we forget whose we are and begin to think we can plan our own course in life. Nothing happens by circumstance. Nothing happens by chance. I believe that everything has a reason, everything has a purpose, and everything has a time. So when you look back over your life and you wonder why certain people were removed from your life or certain things happen, you can't always understand it at that particular time while you're in the midst, while you're in the middle. That's why I say you have to go through it to get to it. You have to keep going. You can't allow yourself to be stuck and stagnant in that moment because then you'll really get lost. So as you're passing through, as you're going through life, there will be moments that you will have to pause. There will be moments that you will have to stop. There will be moments when you will have to reflect, right? Acknowledge, accept, adjust, evaluate where you are at that moment and where you're trying to get. But that requires some intentionality. That requires some effort. That requires some purpose, some time, some intention, right? And some attention on your part to really see where it is. You may have ideas, you may have goals, you may have plans, and nothing is wrong with that. The problem comes when we don't consult God, when we don't consider God, when we don't plan. I have my planner right here. Be kind, be you. And I take this plan out, right? And I flip to that particular month. But the first thing that I need to do is consult God. It says now is the right time. January 2024. Now is the right time. So when you are planning, when you are thinking about all the things that you would like to accomplish, right? All the things that you would like to achieve, whether it's a spiritual goal, a physical goal, a relational goal, a financial goal, make sure that you consider God. Make sure that you find a word to stand on because that is going to be what pushes you, what drives you, what motivates you to keep going in those moments when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you don't want to wake up early and pray, when you feel like you don't want to go on because the relationship is over, because you're grieving the death of a loved one, a friend, a job, a material thing, a pet. Those are the things that are going to have you pushing, that are going to have you waking up early, going to bed late, late nights, early mornings, the things that are going to keep you motivated, keep you striving to do better, to be better, to get better, the things that are going to make you wake up early in the morning, happy, excited, because you know that this is another day and that you're one step closer to achieving your goal. That you're one step closer to doing the thing that you believe God has placed you here to do. That you're one step closer to being able to check that thing off your list. It's a new year. I am just so excited and grateful, ready for 2024. More in store. Everything that God has for me in 2024. Didn't say everything that Therese has. I didn't say everything that Hollywood has. Notice I said everything that God has in store for me. The lessons and the blessings, the good and the not so good. Being able to embrace those things and know that it's all going to be for my good even when it happens, even when we can't understand it, even when we don't know what's going on, who's there, um, who's not there, what is going on, how is going on, why is going on. Being able to trust in God, being able to draw back to these moments where we have faith, where we have hope, where we believe, for we know the plans that God has for us are plans to prosper us and not to harm us, plans to give us a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. So when you aren't sure on those days, when you need a word to stand on, when you need something to bring you back, when you think about where you've come from, when you think about where you're going, when you think about the trials and tribulations and all those things that have brought you to this moment, you'll remember. You'll remember those conversations. You'll remember those songs. You'll remember those people that seemingly came out of nowhere. The strangers, the friends, the family members, the people that believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. The people that gave you a word. The people that pushed for you. The people that prayed for you. The people that had you in their minds and their hearts when you didn't know how you were going to make, how you were going to get to the next minute, the next hour, the next day, because you couldn't see it for yourself. But they saw it for you. God saw it for you. And you just had to go through it in order to get to this moment. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So, as I think about those times. It's a, ooh, you see me, it's a cool, chilly day in New Orleans. It's in the 40s. You know, we're starting to get some of that winter weather, but just being grateful to feel the cool breeze, to see, just being grateful that I've made it to 2024 and you made it. If you're listening and you're watching this, you've made it. And God has more in store for you. God has so many things that are going to blow our minds individually and collectively as a people. But we have to make sure that we are in position. We have to make sure that we are in alignment with His will, His word, and His way. We have to make sure that we are preparing ourselves, whatever that preparation looks like for you. For me, it's being consistent with these messages. It's being mindful of these motivational moments. It's continuing to do it, not only for myself, but for you all, for everyone who hears it, for everyone who sees it. That's what it's about. Knowing that you can and you will be okay, that you can get through anything, that you can get over anything, that you are an overcomer, you are a survivor, you are a winner, you are a thriver, you are a child of the Most High God, and that there is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing that's impossible for God. And because we are His children, and because we are created in His image and likeness, there is nothing that is impossible for us. There is nothing that we cannot do if we don't put our mind to it. Our motivational message an hour ago says, I believe in my skills and abilities. Do the hard work now so you can reap benefits later. It's a new year. So whatever you didn't do or whatever you didn't get done, it's in the past. If it's something that you still feel that you need to accomplish, if it's a godly goal, do it. Consult God. Pray. Keep Him in the center. Ask Him if this is what you want me to do. And He'll reveal it to you in time. He'll reveal it to you in His way. He'll reveal it to you through someone else or something else. But don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Don't give up on God, because He will not give up on you. So as you go throughout your day, I just want you to think about that. I want you to go back to the word and realize that our lives are not our own, that we all have a purpose, that God has a plan for us. And if you are still here today, January 6, 2024, at 11:07 a.m. Central Standard Time, watching this, listening to this, then He's not done with you. So make it a great day. Be safe, be blessed, and remember to live, learn, and love with an open heart. And remember to transform consciously, one day at a time. Till tomorrow, see you again for another episode. Transform consciously with Author Terry Sherrill.